Okay, this is CPM Precalculus Chapter 2, Number 7. Christoph's earnings. Christoph worked at McDonald's for $8 an hour. So he knows he gets $8 per hour. And one Friday night he worked 5 hours. So Friday night, one time he worked 5 hours. Okay, part A asks us, how much did he earn that night? So in 5 hours, he gets paid $8 per hour. So for every hour he works, he gets $8, right? So the first hour he gets $8, the second hour he gets $8, the third hour he gets $8, fourth and fifth, right? That's the same thing as 8 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's $40. Okay, so that Friday night he worked 5 hours and he gets $40 because he gets paid $8 an hour. His rate of pay, well, rate of pay, we know the rate is money per time worked, so he gets $8 per hour. Okay, part B is asking us to make a very careful graph of his pay rate on a grid. So let's graph this. Okay, where the horizontal axis, that's this one right here, the horizontal axis represents the hours. So this is hours. And the vertical axis represents dollars earned per hour. So this right here is dollars earned per hour. Okay, that's our horizontal and our vertical axis. So because his pay rate is constant, right? What is his pay rate? $8 an hour. It'll be represented by what kind of line? So let's graph this. We know we start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we know we started. He gets paid $8 an hour, and no matter when he works, he's always going to be getting $8 for the hour. So our line is just going to be following this pattern, right? Because he's always getting $8 per an hour, right? So what kind of a line is this? Well, this is a horizontal line. Right? It's just flat, and it's parallel to our axis. Parallel to our hours axis. Alright, let's go into part C. The area under your graph should be a rectangle. Okay, alright, because he worked, well, we didn't mark this yet, but this is hour 1. This is his starting time. Hour 2, hour 3, hour 4, hour 5. So if we're looking just at his Friday night shift for 5 hours, we know he stops here, right? And hours keep continuing, 6, 7, 8, forever. But part C is saying the area under this curve, right? Under his working time is a rectangle. So C says the area under your graph should be a rectangle. Divide the rectangle you get into smaller rectangles and draw vertical lines at 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and 5 hour marks. How many rectangles have you created? Okay, so let's go back to our graph here and let's draw the vertical line at 1 hour. Right, so 1 hour we go right here, 2 hours right here, 3 hours, 4 hours, and 5 hour marks. Okay, so how many rectangles is this? Well, this one is 1 here, right? This one is 1. This one is 2, 3, 4, 5. So part C, we get 5 rectangles. Okay, D. Explain to the other people on your team what the area of each of the rectangles you created in part C represents. Hint, what are the units of each side? Okay, so for part D, what is the area of one of these rectangles? Well, if I find the area of a rectangle area of a rectangle, it's just the base times the height. So it's this base times this height. And what are the units of this base? Well, the units are hours, and the units for the height are money per an hour. So just looking at units in the base is hours, and the height is going to be money per hour or dollars per an hour, right? If you multiply these together, hours is over 1, so the hours cancels out, and we're just left with money or dollars, okay? So the area for each of these rectangles represents the area for each rectangle represents the money, right? Represents the money Christoph gets paid in that hour. Okay? So what is the area? Well, the base right here, well, this from 0 to 1, it's 1, right? From 1 to 2, it's 1. Like each base for each rectangle is going to be length 1 hour, and each height is going to be length $8 per hour. So the area of each rectangle represents the money he gets in that 1 hour, which is going to be the base times the height, or 1 hour times $8 per an hour equals to $8. So he gets paid $8 each hour. So the area of each rectangle represents the money, right? The dollar amount, or $8, that Christoph gets paid in that 1 hour. Okay, so this ends CPM Precalculus Chapter 2, Number 7.